Hey, mighty men of God, Joe Martin here with Real Men Connect, where we help good men become great men God's way by connecting to successful husbands, great fathers, and strong leaders. Welcome to the Real Men Ride Along today, guys. I want to shoot a quick video for you. And the topic of today is the secret to getting anything and everything that you want. Okay? The secret to getting anything and everything that you want. Now, I'm being a little bit facetious with that little teaser because there's a lot of things I can share with you, and a lot of people want to use will go to the spiritual point of view to say, hey, if you put God first and seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, all things will be added unto you. Now, that's basically the secret itself, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. And that's Matthew 6:33, in which if you seek God first, all things will be added unto you. But I'm going to get a little bit more practical than that, because see, to me, that's the spiritual answer. That is the answer to unlocking the things that you desire and that you want from God. You seek him first, seek his kingdom first. But you know me, I don't try to be super spiritual. I want to keep things super practical, because I believe if it's super practical based on a biblical foundation, then we're more inclined to follow through and to apply what we learn. But I'm going to use a biblical reference to give you that key, that secret. And it's found in the book of James, in which James talks about how if we are lacking wisdom, that we should go to the Father who in heaven and ask him for wisdom, and he will give it to us generously. Now, think about that. That if we ask God for wisdom, not only will he give it to us, he will give it to us generously. I'm going to use that as the foundation to unlock this thing that I call the secret to getting anything you want. Matter of fact, you're probably going to think it's a joke after I tell you what that secret is. Let me just tell you, the secret is you ask for it. See, when we look at in the book of James, when it says that if we want wisdom, we go to God and we ask him and he will give it to us generously. God is the good father and he gives us good gifts. But God also said in the Bible that if we are parents and we will give good gifts to our kids, to our children, why would he in heaven, who is the perfect father, not give us even better gifts? Now, I say that because let's look at the practical application of that. Guys, one of our biggest hang-up as men is that we have a struggle with pride. And when I say pride, is humbling ourselves not to ask for the help that we need. I think one of the biggest hindrance to our success is our inability to ask for help when we need it. Now, I want to shoot this video for you because I've achieved quite a bit in my life, and people will consider me an overachiever. But I always hate the fact that people try to paint me as being smart or that I'm more talented or gifted than the average person. And I can tell you right now, I'm not. But I will tell you this, and I will claim this until my deathbed, that I ask for more than the average person will ask for. And what I mean by that is, you've heard the saying that experience is a good teacher. Well, I think experience is a good teacher, but a better teacher is other people's experience. Let me say that again. Experience is a good teacher, but other people's experience is a even better teacher. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to life experience, I'm a wimp. Now, I'm a confessed wimp, because I don't want to go through the pain and suffering unnecessarily if I don't have to go through it. So I always like to take an evaluation when I'm in front of people who are smarter than I am, more successful than I am, or even have achieved more in a certain area than I have. I am the first to want to ask a question, and my question is simple. How did you do that? How did you make that happen in your life? Man, if you can get this simple concept of what I'm telling you, you can turn and change your life around dramatically. God has already given us the blueprint by saying, ask for him. If we lack wisdom, to ask him and he will give it to us generously. I'm telling you that if you go to the right sources, even on this earth that God has put in front of you, and you ask them, they will give to you generously. And now, we're not talking about asking for money. We're not talking about asking for anything that's going to cost anybody but time and their wisdom and experience. So look at an area in your life that you are struggling with, whether it be finances, whether it be in your spiritual walk, whether it be with your children, in your relationships, on your job as a leader, in your community. And you go to the people who are having more success in that area than you do, and you ask the simple question in a humble way, how did you do that And will you share that with me? Now, I can tell you from experience from doing this for decades, that no one has ever told me, Joe, I will not tell you the answer. I will not give you the answer. Matter of fact, they're flattered that I even asked them that, their opinion or their advice in that particular area. And guys, I don't discriminate. When I say I don't discriminate, I ask people who are younger than I am, if they're more successful than I am, how'd you do that? I ask people who are older than I am, if they're more successful in an area, how did you do that? If they're white, black, Latino, Asian, Jewish, and even if they're non-believers, okay? If they're successful in an area that I want success in, I'm going to ask, how did you do that? Now, so I would challenge you for this week alone, if you want to just test it out, if you can humble yourself for a week, and you intentionally, with intentionality, look for people who are more successful in certain areas in your life that you want to become more successful in, whether it be as a husband, as a father, as a leader, whatever that area may be. Find that person, compliment them on how successful they are, and humble yourself and ask that question. Can you tell me something? How did you do that? How did you become so successful in that? And I guarantee you, you will be blown away with the advice that they share with you. Now, that's the first step. Here's the second step. When they give you this advice, and if it lines up with the word and it is biblical and has a spiritual foundation, at least it's not going against God's law, then just do it. Apply it and see if it doesn't work for you. Guys, I wish I could give you something deeper today on the Real Men Ride Along, but I'm telling you, humble yourself and ask people, how did they do that? Learn from other people's experience, not your own, because we know that experience can be a good teacher, but the tuition can be very high. Don't let it cost you that much, okay? So learn from other people's experience, and as always, share this video with anybody you think could be blessed by this, if they need to humble themselves and ask for advice. And remember that we are males by birth, but we are men by choice. And we must always make that choice, because a male is a terrible thing to waste. Until next time, be blessed, stay strong, and most importantly, stay in this grip.